Yo, what's going on, guys? CultofMush back at it with another video, and in this video, I just want to go over some recent PC gaming news, and with Gamescom going on, there has been a ton of news. So much so that I can only cover some of it in this video. I just picked out the topics that interested me the most, so without further ado, let's get right into this. First of all, the Battlefield 1 beta is beginning on August 31st, and unlike the first time, this beta will be open to everybody. So on August 31st, you can just get on, download the beta, and you'll be good to play. And those that are Battlefield Insider members get it early. You have to sign up before August 21st, and apparently EA will send you an email with instructions on when and how you can play. So I've actually played a bit of Battlefield 1, and what I played, I really enjoyed. I think this is a game with a lot of potential. I'm really liking the new setting, the new design. It's a very nice shakeup for the franchise, but it still retains everything that makes it Battlefield. Looking at the core of Battlefield 1, you can still tell it's Battlefield. It's not a gigantic shift at its core, but the shift that it has made makes it a lot fresh, because in my opinion, Battlefield has been getting a bit stale over the last few years, and I'm happy that EA and DICE listened to fans when they wanted something different. Battlefield 1 is super exciting. I can't wait for the open beta on August 31st. Next up, we've got the Gears of War 4 system requirements. I uploaded the 4K gameplay footage that was released. You guys can check that out if you want to. But the system requirements have also been released, and I want to quickly go over them. I'll make a more in-depth video regarding the system requirements when we get closer to Gears of War 4's release. And with the system requirements of Gears of War 4, Microsoft and Coalition have divided it up into a three-tiered system. You've got the minimum requirements, with them splitting it into minimum AMD and Nvidia requirements, then recommended requirements, which is also split up between AMD and Nvidia, and then you have ideal requirements, which is again split up by AMD and Nvidia. So they've put a lot of effort into the system requirements. A lot of developers are pretty lazy with the system requirements. With Gears of War 4, that is not the case. So without further ado, let's go over this real quick. For minimum AMD requirements, you're looking at an AMD FX 6300 as the CPU, an R7 260X as the GPU, 2GB of VRAM, and 8GB of RAM. For minimum spec on Nvidia, they use an Intel CPU here. The i5 3470 is minimum. That's kind of high end. The GeForce GTX 750 Ti is the minimum GPU requirement. Not too bad there. 2GB of VRAM once again, and 8GB of RAM. Recommended AMD requirements is the AMD FX 8350, that's an 8-core CPU, then the R9 290X or the RX 480 as the GPU, 4GB of VRAM, and 8GB of RAM once again. Then the recommended Nvidia requirements is the i5 4690 at 3.5GHz, a GTX 970 or a GTX 1060, 4GB of VRAM, and once again 8GB of RAM. And then for the ideal AMD requirements, we have the AMD FX 9590 as the CPU, the R9 Fury X as the GPU, that's some pretty high-end stuff, 4GB of VRAM, and then 16GB of RAM. On the ideal Nvidia side, an i7 4790 at 4GHz. For the GPU, you're looking at a GTX 980 Ti or a GTX 1080. Holy crap, that's pretty high-end. And then both those GPUs have 6GB or over of VRAM, so they just listed as 6+ gigabytes. And RAM is also 16GB. But possibly the most surprising thing about all of this, hard drive requirement, 80GB free. That is just absolute insanity. All of these Microsoft games that they've been releasing have been very big in file size. Quantum Break was huge, Gears of War Ultimate Edition was huge, and now Gears of War 4 is 80 freaking gigabytes. That's just insanity to me. Hopefully this game's a good port, but with requirements like this, a GTX 1080 as ideal. I don't know if that's for 4K, but that's just some insane requirements. Hopefully this game turns out well on PC, and hopefully we do see a Steam release at some point, because it will be Windows 10 store exclusive at first. And then the last bit of news that I am personally super excited for, Nier Automata, the follow-up to a very underrated JRPG from 2010, is coming to PC and Steam. This is a game coming from Square Enix, being developed by Platinum Games, and it's this really fast-paced action RPG with some excellent music. The footage I've seen so far has looked outstanding, and I was kind of upset that it was a PS4 exclusive, but Square Enix recently has been bringing a lot of their games to PC. The only one really missing at this point is Final Fantasy 15, but that probably will come to PC at some point, and obviously Kingdom Hearts 3 is not announced for PC yet, but Nier Automata is coming to Steam. This is a game that was actually exclusive to the PS4. It's not even on the Xbox One, but it is coming to the PC, so this is great to see. Hopefully the port's good, because this looks like a really great game. If you guys haven't checked out the trailer, I would highly recommend you do so. And like I said, it's got some great music. That's probably the one takeaway I had watching the trailer for the game. The music is outstanding. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. A lot of exciting news coming out of Gamescom. A lot of things to be excited about if you're a PC gamer. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you excited for the Battlefield 1 beta? What do you think about the Gears of War 4 system requirements? And what do you think about Nier Automata coming to Steam? As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.